think you could do it, did you?
It's a good start. A little bit left.
You didn't think you could reach the summit.
You got to keep moving. Let's keep moving. Let's go.
You didn't think you could be an Olympian.
Drive. Come on now. There you go. Use your arms.
You never thought you could experience the great outdoors. You didn't think you could experience sports ever again.
Keep going.
Today is a new day.
Don't quit on me. Keep going.
Your world is now and forever changed because you did it. You are doing it, and you will do the things you love again.
You're very best. You're very best.
If you want to play it, run it, hunt it, swim it, hike it, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Game Changers. It's time to change the game. Welcome one and all to the first episode of Game Changers. My name is Jonathan Price, and I have my most incredible, amazing man of the hour, Ethan Johnston. My brother, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm happy about this journey, and I'm looking forward to doing many episodes. How you doing?
Dude, I'm excited. It's hot, it's warm, it's summer, and it's time for all things sports related. We got Olympics coming up soon. We've got an amazing array of guests coming up for the next month, and people from all sorts of walks of life, and it's just going to be nuts. You just came back from a beatball tournament. How'd it go?
It was good, man. We won all 4 games. I would say pretty definitively. Is that the word?
Nice.
Sometimes I make up my own words. So, but that was good. It's a lot of fun. Just, we still got a long way to go. It's just a process, but so far the process is good.
Good. So now you guys are undefeated.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about that?
I mean, it's good just because, we see our progress paying off. Sorry, I meant to say our work paid off, and we see the progress. We started the off season in October, and all the trainings that we had as a team, and we have some new pieces, and so everything is gelling pretty well for the most part. So,
I love that.
Like I said earlier, it's not over yet. It's only the beginning. You can ask me how the season goes after July 28th, because that's when the season's over. So
there you go. Dude, that's so awesome. Well, so for those of you who are joining us, obviously for the first time, this is the first show. Game Changers is a show dedicated to blind athletes and the sports that they play. And we're not just talking about, beatball. We're talking about everything from your traditional sports, outdoor sports, to indoor sports, to extreme sports, hiking, fishing, hunting, navigating, working out, camping, like all of these sports that we just want you guys to get outside and go enjoy the wonderful outdoors or indoors as you would have it. Ethan, what are your thoughts, and how would you like to see this show evolve, and what do you want the listeners to know about the show specifically?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's just more just learn about new sports. I mean, I know later on the episodes, we're going to have some people that do I forgot the name of it, basically trying to balance yourself on a rope, which is
slacklining. Yeah.
We're gonna have somebody on a later on episode about who does that, and I never heard of it, and I think that's amazing. Learn about new sports, new people, because I feel like everyone has a story, and the key to that is like, how were you able to get past your story? Because sometimes you're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to do that, but how and who motivated you? Who was your supporting cast? That's what I want to get out of it. And I want other people to be knowledgeable about all the activities that are out there, whether you're blind or have other disabilities, be part of, I guess, quote unquote, the normal society, I guess. So that's
awesome
what
that
I'm
you
looking
said.
forward to,
So I love that you talked about the quote unquote supposed to be able to do something. And that's exactly the stigma that we're trying to get away from, because it's like, well, you're not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to do that. And we're not going to pull any punches here. We're going to get you up out of the couch. We're going to get you out into the world. Yeah. And one of the best ways to do that, if you're looking to do that kind of soon, we do have a hike coming up from Aftersight. It's on July 27th. We're going to be hiking up Myers Gulch, and it's a nice wide trail. You can bring your guide dogs, you bring your canes. We're going to have sighted guides. I'm going to be there. Ethan's going to be not there because he's going to be wrapping up a beatball tournament. Yeah. Jerk.
No, I'd love to be there, but already it was a year before commitment.
There we go. But anyway, so yeah, we hope that you can come join us. And we're actually doing a little bit of a competition between all of the shows where you're going to sign up, go to aftersight.org/hike, and you're going to sign up, and we're going to do a giveaway. You'll sign up for like Team Game Changers or Team The Blind Chick or Team BLT. And we're just doing a friendly competition between all the podcasts. So everybody sign up for Game Changers.
I'm not going to say it's friendly. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. It's not going to be friendly.
No way. We're here to compete. We're here to win.
Yeah. Sorry to cut you off.
I love it. No, we got to get that competitive juices flowing because, as athletes, it's interesting that we have an interesting blood that we want to compete. We want to push the envelope just a little bit further, and we're not apologetic about it either. And I think that's so beautiful. And one thing that's beautiful about it is your story specifically. I want to introduce you to the listeners for those who don't know, because your story is very, very interesting. So take me back to the beginning and you coming to the States and how you got here.
Yeah, I mean, before I got here, I always have self-reflection on life, and sometimes I have to pinch myself to realize, like, this is me, this is who I am, and it's, for me, is more of don't be a spoiled brat type of thing. So my journey begins back in Ethiopia in a village called Nesa Gorgis Gurjam, and I'm definitely, and it's not even like my tribe is better or anything like that. It's more of, that's where I'm from. And I'm very proud of it just because, it's a third world country, number one. Number two, there basically, as soon as you learn to walk, you start doing chores. So if you're a girl, you kind of learn, go get wood for the fire or go get butter from the neighbors. If you're a boy, then you kind of learn either to watch cattle as a shepherd boy or kind of learn from your older cousins, uncles, or father to become a farmer. So in my case, my dad wasn't there because he went to battle war, and I guess he stayed wherever he was at. And then so was my mom and my grandma and my little sister, which is from a different father, whatever. But anyway, so I was the oldest. So I was able to watch cattle. And as a payment, I was able to get a huge jug of milk from the cattle owners to take home. That was it wasn't like, oh, did you put your time in? We're going to direct deposit your money in there. It's not like that. It's more of, here's your jug of milk, and you can turn that jug of milk into butter. So it's serving two purposes. You can take the butter to the market and trade it in. So I was doing that, and then in the village, there's not like a structured government system really. It's just get along.
Sure,
that's what I would say. So my mom, not being educated, not going to school, anything like that, she never thought there's bad people out there. So two guys from the city came to the village and asked, they were talking to my sister at night because we were playing some made up game that we have to, in the village side. And my mom didn't recognize the voices, and she came out of the grass hut and she's like, who are you guys? And they said, we're people from the city of Addis Ababa helping kids to go to school so they can have better opportunities. And of course, what mom wouldn't want the best opportunities for her kids? So because there's only one outlet, you either become a farmer and get married. You know, at that time it was via arranged marriage, and you start building your own family in a different grass hut. So that was it. And so when these guys came to the city, from the city to, you know, take kids to the capital city so we can have better opportunities, you know, my mom wanted the best for me. And they asked her which kid is the oldest, and she said it's Subalo. And like, yeah, we'll take him to school in the capital city, and then he can come back every holiday so you can talk about his progress, blah, 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 which in Ethiopia, every holiday is almost like every month. And so, you know, my mom, again, she didn't think anything of it. So they put me on a donkey. We walked to the nearest city, which took about 4 or 5 hours. And we spent a night there. And then the next morning we wake up early, hop on a bus, and it took about 12 hours on a bus to get to the capital city. And then there we took another taxi, and they lived in a wooded area. And I didn't think anything of it. So after about 2 or 3 days, they said, hey, this is while you need to get ready for school. And a long story short, there was other people waiting there. They never had, everybody was separated in the woods in a grass hut that they built. So we never interacted with anybody. So there was 2 other adults waiting in the grass house I was staying at. And so basically I was getting ready to lay down, and then they start advancing on me basically to hold me down. One guy held me down flat on my back and held my arms back. And then one guy kind of sat on me. The other one held my legs down. And then the fourth one was putting cactus liquid in my eye and other chemicals that I don't even know. The first thing I saw was that, because it was, you know, it was a white liquid. I recognized it from, you know, as a kid playing it, or you break it off and you see the white liquid. So I flailed and screamed like a chicken with his head cut off. But the only thing that could hear me is hyenas. And so after 2-3 days later, I couldn't see anything. And so they kind of made a partnership with teenagers to guide me around the city to, you know, so I can beg for money. So why they blinded me? So I could be a better beggar. And the people that blinded me stayed home, and then they partnership with two teenagers to say, whatever money the Subala makes, we can split it. And so try to make as much money as possible. So I did that for about 2.5 years. Wow. And one day I got lucky. I was begging at a coffee shop, and the husband was blind. The wife could see, so she must have told him I was coming in. They gave me 10 cents, and they said to my guides, hey, we would like to meet you guys tomorrow at lunchtime at this place. And so my guides, when we went back that evening, my guides told the people that blinded me, hey, there's a couple we ran into, they want to meet us tomorrow for lunch. And they said, hell no, that sounds way too suspicious. Do not go back that route.
Yep. Yeah.
And so that next day we avoided that area, but in Ethiopia, especially in the city, it's like a big old bus just goes around different towns picking up people, and it's crammed in there. It's everybody. So anyway, we're getting ready to go home. We're catching the big bus, and the next thing you know, the couple get on the bus and they recognize us. Like, hey, we waited for you guys. Yeah. We waited for you guys all day. Where you guys been? Like, oh my gosh, we forgot. I'm so sorry. And so then the couple said, hey, you guys can get off. When we get off, we'd like to talk to you. So we get off, and the husband pulls out an Ethiopian dollar and says, here's $1 for his mom and dad to grab a taxi. We'd like to talk to his mom and dad. And the kids that got him in, they said, you know, he doesn't have a mom or a dad. We're helping him beg in the street, so he has something to have, and he doesn't starve to death. And the couple said, in that case, we'll take him in. We run the blind school here. He can learn Braille from that, and maybe he can go to university, get a job or something. And so then they started playing tug of war, and the blind school had security guards, and they chased them away. They brought me in. They asked me what happened. I told them. They said, yeah, it happens. You're in a better place now. And about a week later, they put me on another car, take me to a different place where I was learning Braille for about 6 months. And then tuberculosis hit. And then so I had to come back to the city. Yeah. And then, again, this is where, like, I mean, obviously, I don't know. There's times that makes me emotional just because, like, the kindness of people. So the hospital was full and there was one spot open for me. And there was a spot open for me because one kid's family came and got him. And before that, a lady from the U.S. was looking for him to find a family in the U.S. So then some sort of relative came and got him. So there's a room for me. So I took over his spot, and I didn't know this whole story, this part of the story about the hospitals. And I assumed it was like America. So, you know, you get food and you get fed, blah, 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 blah. But back home, the food I was eating was the nurses and the doctors. They were sharing their food with me. I did not know that. And so anyway, so that part kind of, like, I wish I was more appreciative, but I wasn't. I was like, nope, I don't want that. I want something else, you know, like a spoiled little brat. Because in the streets, I had nothing to eat. The people that blinded me, they never fed me. And so the people, when they didn't have money, when I was begging for the money, people said, I'm selling this orange. I'm selling bread. I can give you some of that, but I don't have money to give you. And that was the only way I ate. And so here I'm at the hospital. I'm thinking, you know, I didn't know any better, but I didn't like the food sometimes. I'm like, nope, I don't want that. And to realize that it was people sharing their food, I was like, oh my gosh. Anyway, so making a longer story shorter, the lady that was from Indiana actually came back to Ethiopia looking for that kid that vacated the spot for me to get in. And that they told her, you know, that his family, some relative came and got him. So, but you should listen to this little guy's story. And then they told her through translation, and she cried and she said, she found me a family in America, which to me, as a shepherd boy, not going to school, I thought America was like a small town in Ethiopia that I never heard of.
Oh my goodness.
So
Holy smokes.
So after I get out of the hospital, I was in there for 3 months, and like I felt like I had 60 shots on each butt cheek. And I swear every day the nurse will come and it's like, which butt cheek today? I'm like, oh, this one. And he kind of like, you know how
you squirm a little bit. Yeah,
exactly. And just, here's the butt cheek. Go ahead and poke it. You know?
Yep.
And then swallowing probably 1 million pills that are like big old. I mean, at least
horse pills.
Big old, like at least the size of your thumb, man. Jeez. And after I got out, I stayed at the blind school for a little bit, and then they transferred me to the orphanage. And there I got a letter saying that she found me a family and they already adopted 10 kids. And basically I'd be first round 11th pick by the Johnstons to Ashland, Missouri. And 27 years later, we're here doing this podcast.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
That is a story and a half. Holy smokes. So now, was all of this in Addis Ababa?
Yeah, exactly. All this was in Addis Ababa, yeah.
That's crazy. So I visited Addis Ababa.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I was in a performing group, in a jazz group, and we stayed in Addis Ababa for a day or two. Oh, okay. And on our way through to Nairobi, and toured around Kenya and all that. But,
wow.
Yeah.
It was a musician?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude. Keys and DJ, and I write all the music and stuff I wrote for, you know, this intro and all of our other intros and all that kind of stuff. So it's awesome. A passion of mine, and it's, but your story is so, I mean, people probably tell you this all the time. It's really incredible, and it's awesome to have you as a part of this show and to have you a part of the After Sight team. I do want to get into some of the sports that you play, though. You've played, you run, which I don't. I play baseball. You play baseball. Just different version.
Yeah.
So go through some of the sports that you play.
Yeah, so I mean, I used to run, so let's correct that. Now,
okay, all right.
I'm run when I have to, which is in beat baseball.
There you go.
So starting out my athletic career, say whatever, I mean, whatever it was, I love basketball. I always thought I was like the blind version of Kobe Bryant. When I was younger, I was a blind version of Shaq, but I'm only 5'8", so that changed quickly. Even I shouldn't compare myself to Kobe Bryant, but that's one of my favorite players, and that was how I got hooked on to the Lakers and all that. So, and I was, honestly, I was fortunate enough to learn how to play it, and I had friends in school growing up helping me, work on my moves and learning all the terminologies and all that. So started with basketball and learned baseball. And my parents adopted 21 of us from all over the world. So we had enough for every sport.
That's insane.
Yeah. And so honestly, I give them a lot of credit. They gave us all an opportunity to do. We all turned out beautiful and rosy and whatever. Nah, but life goes on. Life goes on. So back to the sports thing. Yeah. So basketball, baseball, love football. I would only be a quarterback, and that's if, we're just throwing the football around and I know where you were at. And then I learned about this adaptive sport called beat baseball, and definitely rest in peace to the founder. I hope he's watching and smiling, because he's helped out a lot of blind people participate in this great sport. It's so competitive, and it's so I say it's my therapy, honestly, because I can go there, and when I'm playing, I'm screaming, I'm yelling, and I'm jumping around and acting crazy. So people think like, you need to stop drinking coffee. I'm like, I didn't drink coffee. It's just passion,
Yep.
And so,
yep, for sure.
I did have an opportunity to try out for the Paralympics in track and field. Shout out to my agent / coach, Deb Conley. We should also have her on there.
Yeah.
Later on.
Oh, for sure.
She's the one that got me into run. Well, not into running, forced me to do a running. I met her at a disability sports camp at CU Boulder. That's where I went to school. And, we were just having a casual conversation. And she's like, oh, you look like you're in shape. She's just asking questions. I'm like, yeah. Do you like running? I'm like, no, I don't like running. I'm like, where are you from? She said, she asked me, and I said, from Ethiopia. She's like, you must love running. I'm like, I hate running.
Yep, there you go. You should never have said that.
Exactly, because guess what? The next month later, she dragged me out to a Cherry Creek sneak. And she was dragging my ass after the first mile. So, and she's
my gosh.
If you don't know, she's very skinny, and so she's like, "Come on, you got this." But I can't, Deb. I'm out of gas. So she's like, "You got this." So, but
that's so funny. I ain't running that fast unless a cheetah's chasing me.
Oh, exactly. Then it's do or die. So
that's right. Yeah, I don't have to be I don't have to be faster than the cheetah, just faster than the slowest guy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you don't want to be there exactly, because they're looking for the weakest link. So
that's right. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
So, and then I was, went to the Paralympic for trying to make it for the 100, 200, 400. But at that time, unless you were medaling and all that, you weren't getting sponsors. And so as soon as I got my workout from the track coach, Social Security Administration called to offer me a job, and I said, I'm out. I'm going to take the job, because that was going to do more for my biological mom back home versus, oh, Mom, I got a gold medal. She's like, congratulations. I don't even know what that is, So
yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's how that running career ended, just like that. And now I stick to beat baseball.
Dude, that's so awesome. Okay, so for those of us in our few minutes that we have left, what in the world is beat baseball? If they've never played the sport, explain it.
Yeah, so basically the base is buzz, and we have a first base and a third base. And then we have a base operator. Basically, as soon as you hit the ball, they turn on either first base or third base. As a hitter, you have no idea which base is coming on. And the pitcher and the batter are on the same team. So, for example, let's say, Jonathan, you're the hitter, I'm the pitcher. I say, you swing in one spot. So I'm trying to throw the ball in your sweet spot. So I say, set, ready, ball. When I say ball, that means the ball's in your wheelhouse. You better be taking the best cut. So as soon as you hit the ball, the base operator either turns on first base or third base, and it sounds like a shot clock violation noise. And then the ball is beeping, and there's 6 defenders on the field, and the ball is beeping for them, not for the hitter. So as soon as you hit the ball, the bases come, the hitter runs to that base, the sounding base, and then meanwhile, while you're trying to do that, the defenders are trying to pick up the ball off the ground, have complete possession. And if you hit the base before they pick up the ball, you score. If they pick up the ball before you hit the base, you're out. So there's no, it's a half a baseball, I call it. And there's not, digging around third, a head first slide to third base. No, it's not like that. So that's one hit and run. You hit the base, you score. If you don't hit the base before they pick up the ball, you're out. And there's 3 outs, and there's 4 strikes and 1 ball. So it's modified version of the baseball, basically. So
that's cool, man.
Yep. Yeah,
that is super cool.
Yeah.
And did you say how many players are in the field, or is it the whole team?
6 defenders and then 6 offensive players, at a time.
Okay, very cool.
And we have 6 innings versus 9 at baseball.
And then for beat baseball as a kind of national sport, how many teams are there roughly nationally? Do you know?
Technically, it's about 30 to 35, but to the World Series, the teams that attended the World Series between 19 to 25 usually attend the World Series tournament, which is a week-long tournament in a bracket format. So whoever the top 2 teams are out of the brackets compete for the World Series championship.
Nice. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Well, as we wrap this up, when we go through all of our shows, we're going to give everybody a final charge. And so we want you guys to be able to go out and change the game. We want you to change society and change the world of blind athletics and sports as a whole. And the cool thing about this is that this industry is taking off like crazy. And when we talk about accessible sports, we're not just talking about people in wheelchairs or the Paralympics. I mean, we're talking about blind athletes who are doing insane things. We're going to have mountain bikers, BMX riders, skateboarders, hikers, climbers. Next week, we're going to have a therapist who actually goes out into the wilderness to help people engage in it's sort of a nature therapy, just reconnecting with nature. And he specializes with athletes. And so it's going to be a really interesting conversation with Michael Sullivan. But the charge that we're going to give, Ethan, do you have a charge or how do you want people to change the game this week?
I would say try, and if you're not good at it, try something else. At least you can say, I tried it. Yeah. That's not my thing. It's just kind of be willing to learn or explore and, at the same time, continue to grow, honestly. That's what I would
continue
say.
To grow. That goes right along with mine. Speaking of growing, man, don't be a couch potato. Potatoes are for the garden. Get off the couch. Get off the couch. Go play some baseball. Go hiking. Go for a walk. Go for a walk around your block. And just get out and do something. Go enjoy the sun. And, if you've got some of that depression going on, man, that vitamin D is a really good way to help you kind of get over or get through some of the depression. We don't want to minimize the depression, but we do want to address it. And so sports is a great way to address the mental health aspect. So, Ethan, anything else or any final thoughts for our listeners?
Nope, that's it. I mean, like you said, for me, it was music and sports that was my therapy. And that's how I was able to use it as motivation or just get me distracted, whatever issues I was going through. It was a great distraction and just be able to continue my day. So, that's all I got, man.
Love it. Well, For Ethan and the entire Aftersight team, my name is Jonathan Price. Don't forget to go change your game.